Well, Max, welcome back. It feels like, I don't know, it hasn't been that long since we've seen you, but it almost feels like you've been away for ages. How have you been, and how's the recovery been since the last fight, and how are you feeling right now?
I've been good, man. I'm in a great place. I feel great, and yeah, I mean, media. You only do it to promote something. It wasn't promoting nothing, so I was laying low as long as I could, and we're here now.
Where do you see yourself in this division, right? You're easily one of the best in the world. You lost to the champion. Where do you see yourself in this division, and what are your goals still at 145?
Bro, I'm still here, bro. I'm still here. I'm right here, right in front of them. People keep giving me a hard time of how we're gonna do the fourth and blah blah this and that, and I mean, watching Izzy last week was pretty inspiring, and this is MMA. I mean, especially you. You know how crazy MMA can be, with the guy that you're riding for. So, at the end of the day, anything can happen, man. Anything can happen. I go out there, I put a statement out there, and who's to say what happens?
Yeah. Is the Israel thing like a real motivator, right? Because now it's like, hey, I'll just do what he did. I'll just beat everyone I have to beat until eventually there's no one else, and you have to fight me again.
For sure, for sure. You know what I mean? Make a statement. That's my mind. We still remember. I just reminding people. You know what I mean? I guess I got a little Roy Jones in me right now. Y'all must have forgot. I'm hearing everybody talking. I'm hearing the critics, hearing the media, hearing all the social media people talking, and I just can't wait to go out there and show out.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting point, right? In this sport, people do just sort of make a decision like, oh, that's it, his time's done and we're gone, and it's like you're never spoken of again. Do you feel like since you lost to Alex last time, it's like, oh, suddenly I'm not a big deal, suddenly I don't matter? Do you feel like that's kind of the attitude people are taking?
Yeah, I feel many ways, about it. But like I said, I explained to everyone, uh, MMA is a rough sport, bro. We're not basketball, we're not baseball, we're not all these football. Basketball, I can go shoot from the line 0 for 12. 2 days later, 3 days later, you got a game. I can go off for 32 points. We're in a sport where we fight. We are lucky enough to fight twice a year. And there's months in between. I mean, some people is lucky enough to fight maybe 2 weeks. Or whatever. But that is like a dime a dozen. So we're in a sport where that's what it is. It takes time. Sometimes it takes time, and you're only as good as your last fight, and that's what it is. So I can't wait to go out there and make this my next fight a great one.
Yeah. What do we think of Arnold Allen? Where are his skills? Where do you think he's good? How do you see yourself doing?
I think he's an animal, man. You got to be 10-0 for a reason. He's standing across from me for a reason. I've been there. I've been that hungry guy, 10-0, and I hearing all the talks and this and that, and saying that I'm old and stuff. I think I'm only 2 years older than him. People keep like calling me a vet. I'm a vet. I love being called a vet, but I'm literally only 2 years older than this guy. And a lot of guys keep talking about. They bring up the damage point, but we get to see. They got a lot of. He has a lot of questions, and I have a lot of questions, and we all get to get answers come April 15th.
Yeah, I actually just realised you're younger than me, which makes me feel very old. I didn't realize you've been around for ages. If you beat him, do you think you're right back in title contention, or do you kind of accept the fact that, like, hey, look, the division's going to be doing its thing, and I'm just going to have to almost take a Robert Whittaker role of just beating the top contenders until there's nowhere else they can go?
We see what happens, man. I'm not a matchmaker, but who's to say? Who's to say? I'm right here. I've been here, and if that's the next one, that's the next one. But first things first, we got Arnold Allen. He got my full focus, and he deserved my full focus. Dangerous guy all around, and I'm excited for the challenge. There's a lot of people keep telling me, "What's your motivation for this fight?" and this and that, and it's crazy to me. It's like, are you insane? Like, why would if being a champion wasn't my motivation, being the greatest wasn't my motivation, why would I take this fight? If I was in it to just fight or even get money grabs, I'll take easier fights. You know what I mean? I'm fighting the guy who they're talking about was next in title contention, who a lot of guys thought that he should have got the interim title. So. At the end of the day, to be the best, you got to beat the best, and the best is blessed.
Last one for me. I'll ask the cheesy question. They just announced Nate Diaz is boxing Jake Paul. Who have you got in that fight?
You got to roll with the OG Nate. You got to roll with the OG Nate, man. I got nothing but love for Nate, and I think he does good. I think he does well, man. He's a boxer. He's a boxing-based guy in MMA, so now he gets to actually box and stuff, and his reach and. Man, he can hit. He can crack, bro. His arms is long and he can crack. So I'm excited for that one. And I heard a few behind the scenes stuff about Nate, and and why that fight took so long to come in. He's trying to get all his boys paid too. So Nate is that dude, bro. He's that guy.
Max over here. Yair Rodriguez officially has the next shot at Alexander Volkanovski. The fight was finally made official. What did you think of his performance against Emmett, and kind of what are your thoughts on this upcoming one that he has?
He did great, man. He did great. I mean, to go out there to fight for an interim title and to do what he did, he made a statement. So congrats to him. And with the belt fight, a lot of people counting him out, bro. I have no idea why. I know I went out there, I did my thing, but style makes fights. I think so. Both guys, from my point of view, everybody asks, "Oh, you've been in there with both of them." Both of them is two very weird guys. Alex is like super hard to get ready in his own set because he's a certain height, a certain size, and you don't really get guys built like that. And then Yair is super crazy. This guy can be touching your nose with his nose, and he can kick you in the head. So it's going to be a weird fight, a very fun fight, and one that I look forward to as a fan.
Is part of you hoping that Yair wins? Like, some people might see that as a quicker path for you to get another shot.
I mean, we see what happens. At the end of the day, everybody say, "Oh, that's a quicker shot," but that would be crazy to not give Alex a rematch if Yair is to pull it off. So I don't know. We see what happens. I'd love to fight both of them. I'd love to fight both of them. I think so. Fighting both of them is intriguing matches. I think so. It sells both ways. So may the best man win.
Obviously, you like Oscar said, I think a lot of people consider you and Alexander Volkanovski the two best featherweights in the world. But when you did lose that last fight to him, did you consider at all, like, oh, maybe I'll give lightweight another shot, or is that not something that's been in your brain at all?
Nah, not at all. No. I mean, lightweight is there. I mean, me and my management was talking, and we actually talked before this fight, and I feel like if they thought that we couldn't make an Alex for it, they would have probably pressed our hand and pressed us hard to be like, look, you should go to 55, and that wasn't the case. So at the end of the day, we get to see, but 55 is not the case, It's there. It's always there. I know I can jump there. I can jump there tomorrow if I wanted to, but it's always great going up with a belt.
And last one for me, what did you think of Volk's fight against Islam?
I think he did great, man. I think he did super good, and I was actually crazy, and I was hearing the media, even the social media and stuff, talking about that fight, giving Volk no chance, and he went out there, did his thing, he proved why he's one of the best in the world.
Thanks.
Hey Max, when you finally decide to go up to lightweight, like, is that something where you're gonna take like 6 months to a year off and bulk up, or is it, or like what's your kind of mind frame with that?
I mean, I don't know. I couldn't answer that question. I mean, I would love to fight and get busy, and 55, like I said, is not that far off, man. I mean, I had a very competitive fight with Poirier in the rematch, and he stood top 3 in the world at 55 right now. So, and then Alex did his thing against Islam, against style make fights, but we're proving that like we're right there amongst the top, So, at the end of the day, I don't know, bro. But I am Polynesian. I'm Samoan. I'm Hawaiian. And we love food. So I think gaining weight is not going to be a problem.
It was a longer layoff coming into this fight. What was that about? Was it just like recovering? Was it not finding a fight? Like what was it?
I was a little bit due to a recovery, some injuries that we could focus on, and I could actually go to PT and actually do the time that it needed instead of trying to rush it through. So with this time, sit back, laying back. Nothing really was going on with anything, So at the end of the day, we took that time. We took full advantage. I got back in the gym. I got to touch up on other part of our martial arts, and now we're back. I guess so. It's people have been telling me it's been 9 months, so I guess so in 9 months you guys get to see a newborn Holloway, so it'd be fun.
There's no facial hair, so is that part of the newborn?
I guess so. You guys can thank my wife for this. One day she told me, take it off. She loved it, and she told me keep it off. So it's kind of irritating, though, like keeping shaving and stuff. I got to give me a buzzer,
I did want to ask about the third fight with Alex, man. What were the emotions like after that fight? It was such a big fight. The third fight between you guys. What were the emotions like after that fight?
Oh, it sucked, bro. Losing sucks. I'm a sore loser, bro. It sucked, but congrats to him. And I mean, like, at the end of the day, I had performances like that against guys that I'm not supposed to have performances like that against. And all I hear is just critics and people saying, like, he only did that because he didn't look that way that night and blah, 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 So I'm not going to make no excuse, not do nothing. He did what he did. He showed out. He did his spot. And, congrats to him, on to the next one. I was, like I said, I was sad and mad, but we stayed there Sunday morning. I woke up. I looked at my face, had a cut with stitches on it. I was like, damn, this sucks, but got over it. We went out, hang out with family, hang out with friends. Did some gambling, won in some gambling, so that's the plus side.
This is a little fun question, but what's the best video game of all time?
The best video game of all time, brother, gotta be, to me, gotta be GoldenEye 007, bro. Grabbing that golden gun and just one-shotting people 100%.
Thanks, Max.
Hey, Max, over here, your last couple of fights have been in Abu Dhabi and Las Vegas, and now you're in Kansas City where there's a little bit less distractions. Does that help for you in a fight like this, and just overall, what are your impressions of being here?
I mean, it's cool, bro. It is what it is. Wherever we are, I mean, Abu Dhabi was pretty less distraction. We stayed locked down. Las Vegas is fun. That's the 9th island, so it's all my Hawaiians. So I love it when we're there. They need to put me back in Las Vegas. But Midwest was, I was kind of like, I didn't know what to expect. I came here one time for the open scoring. That was cool. But we wasn't in this part of the city. Like, this is actually the city, and it's amazing, man. The food here is great. If you guys haven't already, go eat some barbecue because it's, food period. Like, even there's sushi in the Midwest. I'm tripping out. And it's pretty good sushi, so life's good over here.
You said you had the barbecue. What barbecue did you have?
We went to Q9. Shout out to Q9, bro. They hooked us up with some burnt ends, too. So, and it was amazing.
Just to tell you, it's Q39. But
Q39, yeah, Q39.
Just want to make sure you get it right for
No,
the
that's
plug.
right. Q39, yeah, they hit us up.
But, hey, another question I got for you, just, the main event of anything is pretty cool. What's it like to be in a main event again?
Brother, it's good fun. Main events is good fun. We get to do it at T-Mobile Center. Big crowd, 18,000. We're going to sell this bad boy out, so it's always fun fighting in arenas like this, man. I can't. Main event, it's about you. You got the media, you got everything, and it's always good fun doing it in a main event fight.